Hey guys, if you're just joining the stream now, obviously I'm planning Norman. My conundrum right now is I have no idea how to kill this thing without giving it a bad odds. Because nothing in my box really wants to take at 2 blood moons. I guess theoretically Gyarados with a Chillon Berry. How much would I take? 30% at least. I mean, what would it bad odds to? Zoroark should be a no. Valiant should be a no. Well, actually, no. That's Calci Intimidate. Yeah, I guess after a Blood Moon, maybe Valiant. Slacking, almost definitely. Yeah, this guy farms me. How do I stop this thing? And I have things that can kill it. I guess my play is... Yeah, I think I just need to be careful about when I bait it in if it switches out. If I can stall the slacking and make it run... Because I don't know if I can do that. Let's see. I can run it out of Earthquakes easy enough. I can run it out of Returns easy enough. How well does Chandelure take a play rough? 20%. Yeah, so right now, I've written it down. Right now, the idea here is Scizor and Wigglytuff together should bait Zoroark's Bitter Malice from Scizor's side. Come on. Bitter Malice from Scizor's side. Oh, I guess it could be Aura Sphere. I don't know, this guy never clicked. Oh, that's why this was weird. Because I had Hisui and Zoroark last time. Alright, do I have something better to handle the Zoroark as far as the PB stall goes? Yeah, because when I had Zoroark, it didn't matter which of the two it clicked. But now it would. Do I have a steel? I have Mawile. Yeah, so right now, if I can still PP stall the Zoroark, which I'm kind of doubtful on. I mean, it doesn't have to be that way, you know? Maybe I do bring... I think I bring Gyarados. I think... Well, hold on. If I bring Gyarados, I'd have to probably ditch the Zoroark PP stall. My idea with Gyarados would be... I can intimidate the slacking. 2 intimidates gives me a 50-50 of a switch. 3 makes it switch guaranteed. The Problem there, of course, is the 50-50. I can't burn it. It's got comatose. Maybe one intimidate. Hang on. How much does one intimidate play rough do to Chandelure? A ton. 10 of these is that. If I'm not PP stalling the Zoroark, I think I can go bold. Leftovers would probably be pretty useful there. Yeah, I think PP stalling the slacking is my win condition here. Like, outside of just beating the slacking. Let me think. I guess I'll start from scratch. Let's start from scratch. Scizor can beat the Zoroark, no problem. You haven't missed anything, Tarnaz. I've just been trying to figure out how the heck I'm gonna deal with this. So at first my thought was PP stall the Zoroark, but Scizor baits Aurasphere or Bitter Malice. The reason I didn't think about that is because both the last two times I've done this, I've had a Hisuian Zoroark of my own, so the 50-50 didn't matter. But now it does, because I don't have that. So now I'm thinking, lead Scizor, pop the Illusion, and 2-hit with Bullet Punch. And then that baits in what? I guess let's start cooking that. What nature would I go? I mean, Mega Scizor 2-hits this anyway. Yeah, I was thinking Goon. Let's see. Sucker plus Poison Resist Berry. Hang on. I guess let's import it to Decidueye and see what that looks like. Let's see, gotta remember Illusion is up. Sucker does 2-hit it. If I go Quill Rush... I mean, it doesn't matter how much damage I do to the Zoroark. With the berry equipped, I bait Hyper Voice. It'll lose Illusion? Yeah, it will. So either way, it's just going to click Hyper Voice. But the thing is, when the AI goes for fast kill, it replaces. So it sees Valiant, says, "Oh, this can fast kill. Is there anything later in my party that can fast kill?" Assuming I take that Hyper Voice and it does minimum damage. Heck, let's even assume a plus. No, let's not assume plus special defense. That's 2. Let's say Adamant, I guess. We kill this in 2 suckers. That's not a problem. I take min roll Hyper Voice 70. I go to 132. I die in 1 hit to Spirit Break and Close Combat. So Iron Valiant is a candidate. Not you. I think it baits Slacking. Unless Octagoon also kills, which it absolutely will. Yeah, this is still Octagoon. And even if it weren't Obstagoon, it'd be slacking. Yeah, Obstagoon is sadly pretty freaking fast for how hard it hits. My first idea was to switch roast to this thing with Golisopod, but if I can't, if I can't switch roast it, then I've got to figure out something else. So yeah, Scizor would more likely than not bait Obstagoon for knockoff. I mean, I'd be Mega Scizor though. What does Mega Scizor look like into this? Assuming I've eaten a Bitter Malice. I'm getting a Bullet Punch off, so that's all it's doing. I guess I'll go Mineral first. 110. It can also Frostbite me. Obstagoon. That's crazy. Hang on. That's crazy to me. Even with base 140 defense and a Scizorite, which can't be knocked off. Knockoff is still a pretty clean 2-hit. But I'm not in kill range. If it doesn't... No, this is always knockoff. Yeah, this is always knockoff. I don't think I like that. What if I U-turn the Zoroark? I'd eat an attack. I could Bullet Punch Zoroark to get rid of Illusion. Roost for a bit, because Roost would out-heal its damage. And then U-turn into, like, I don't know, Golisopod? The problem is that if we're going by fast kill, Obstagoon hits about as hard as Slacking even on a resist. No, it hits significantly harder on a resist. It's like if we're going by fast kill, Obstagoon just comes in as it pleases. I guess if Scizor is relatively healthy, I can go Rock Smash and probably keep it out. Hang on. Yeah, Rock Smash is a cold one-hit on this. The problem being... that if I get Max Roll, Frostbite, or even just crit, I can be in range of the guy. Oh, true, that's because of the Mega shit. 1 second. Yeah. Alright, that looks a tiny bit more favorable. 91. Yeah. Okay, I guess we go Rock Smash on Scizor. And that should keep Obstagoon out. But that would also probably just bait an Iron Valiant. But I do have Gliscor for that. Gliscor should sit pretty hard on it. Because Iron Valiant hits hard, but Gliscor is a tank. Rock Smash is an HM. I don't think I'm ever clicking Pounce. I guess before I forget, I'll give Scizor max PP on Roost. In case that becomes relevant. Okay. Hang on, let's box Wigglytuff for the moment. I don't think that's coming along now. Let's see. Gliscor is definitely coming along. Chandelure can be useful against the Slacking. In terms of the PP stall. Okay. So, assuming I take an average roll from Zoroark and I don't get Frostbit. You know, I'll say I take high roll and don't get Frostbit. Do I show kill to this without the booster energy? No, I don't. It doesn't see the booster energy, I don't think. And even if it did, it wouldn't see a kill. Does anything see a kill on me at this range? I don't think so. No. Would it be you? Well, that's cute. It shows the nature and the ability there now. Hang on. Kill the Zoroark with about this much HP, give or take. Assuming that the Paradox Pokemon doesn't see its booster energy as giving it a boost right away, which it shouldn't. Then this doesn't see a kill. Nothing on the team sees a kill at this range. So we'll go by fast 2-hit. But Scizor beats Obstagoon at this range. At least the AI thinks it does. I'm never letting it sit on this. I think the AI knows Scizor wins this matchup. I guess it would be Ursaluna. Because Ursaluna doesn't die to 2 medium roll rock smashes, and it... Well, no. No, it doesn't make any sense, because then, by that logic... Oh, yeah, this is Ursaluna. Never mind. I'm being a little stupid, don't mind me. So, assuming that's Ursaluna, that's always Earth Power. That's always Earth Power. What can I do with that? So, Mega Scizor kills Zoroark with 2 Bullet Punch. Baits Ursaluna. Nah, I don't really want to use that, and the calc can also just be wrong. Be it from glitches or from human error, like me not putting in a health range. And I don't want to lose because I trusted the calc too hard, you know? If I lose because of a knowledge gap, then that's just me. But I'd rather lose to a knowledge gap than to blindly trusting the calc. So this should be Ursaluna. I'm never in kill range. So, never. It should just be Earth Power. Bait, Earth Power. Hang on. What is Gliscor bait? It should just go for kill with HP Ice, right? If I come in on an Earth Power? Because our HP Ice is a guaranteed kill? So if I bait HP Ice, I can double U-turn this. Wait, I could just run the pivot cycle on this bozo with Scizor and Gliscor. Well, I guess I have to be mindful of Scizor's HP. Like, once it's in range, I should be able to just bring in something that takes HPX and kills it. Like Gyarados. Hmm. How do I want to do this? I like that option. And I was probably going to bring Gliscor anyway. Definitely going to bring Gliscor anyway. So let's see. Mega Scizor U-turn does 25% minimum. Puts it to 165. Go to Gliscor, who fades the Earth Power and baits HP Ice. Gliscor U-turns for another 25 damage, knocking it to 64%. Assuming Scizor took that max roll Bitter Malice, comes in on an HP Ice crit. 112, 33, 79. Still not baiting Blood Moon. And still only baiting Earth Power. So I can run it again. So I can U-turn on this again. Doing another 65? 55. Bring it to 85. And then I can bring in Gyarados. This will be below 50%, unable to bat odds out, and I can take the kill. That's one option. Yeah, let's remove the Mega so it actually shows how many slots I've got. Hang on. Okay. Importantly, these are all Pokemon I was already considering bringing, so I'm not going out of my way for this. Gyarados takes pittance from HP Ice and just kills us with Aqua Tail. U-turn back and forth until Ursaluna is below 50%. Bring in Gyarados with Scizor and kill with Aqua Tail. Once Gyarados kills this, it baits something for fast kill. Assuming I take an HP Ice in the worst case scenario and get max rolled, what comes in? You have a fast 2-hit at that range. You have a fast 2-hit at that range. You have a fast 2-hit at that range. You have a fast 1-hit at that range. So it's Obstagoon. If Gyarados is at full HP... Actually, at this range, 148, 160, it would go for knockoff. I guess I really want to make sure Gyarados comes in on Earth Power then. So that I'm only prompting Facade. That's easier to work around. Then how would I kill this? How do I kill this after I bait Facade? 95 speed. Whatever I bring in would need to take a Facade or blankets and then handle the follow-up knockoff or Sucker Punch. That's crazy. Even without an item, Annihilate is dead to knockoff crit. This guy. This guy. What are my other options? No, it's always going to be Obstagoon. Unless I show it a kill and then it can't kill me back. But that's not Gyarados, unless I go, like, Impish. Right? And even then, it should be Obstagoon. Bro, how do I kill this thing? Something that can tank Earth Power, no problem, then kill back. Alternatively, what if I bring in on HP Ice? What if I bring it in on HP Ice? HP Ice does minimal damage. And once I get this low enough, Weavile can just kill it with Ice Punch. And because Weavile's faster than Obstagoon and kills the Cyclizar, it should only be Iron Valiant. And I can guarantee a close combat. I think I like the Weavile angle here better. Now, what's Weavile doing? I need to actually... I'd like to make sure I show this that I can kill it. If only because I'd like Weavile to actually be able to kill it if push comes to shove. Thinking... I don't think I'm clicking knockoff on anything. How much does a Brick Break do? Bro, that doesn't kill? What? Well, Expert Belt. Would I be coming in on knockoff? Well, hold on. I guess it'd be taking Life Orb Chip and a Freeze Chip. Is there a world where I just go itemless? If I go itemless... If I go itemless... Is there randomly a move Weavile gets that does a little more damage? Just a little? Like, say, 0.8% more? I don't think so. Unless it randomly gets Drain Punch, which would be pretty funny. Nope. I mean... The problem here is that after Freeze Chip and a Life Orb Tick, he's taken 16%. He'll be at 84. Brick Break does 83.2. And therein lies the problem. It's a range. What if... Hang on. Let's look at Weavile's HP. Weavile takes a min roll. I want Weavile to be lower here. A min roll of this. Goon comes in, hits me with min roll knockoff. 78, 69. I guess I have to pre-damage Weavile a little. If I pre-damage Weavile a little, I can show this a fast kill with Sucker Punch. I can beat the Sucker Punch out with Ice Shard. Or... Does Weavile get Leer? Yeah, we're teaching Weavile Leer. Over knockoff. This is so stupid. Alright, and I need what? Min-roll knockoff is 78. Plus min-roll HP ice is 22. 2278 is 169. I need to do how much damage? I need literally 1 point of free damage in order to make this work. 100% of the time. So we're going to give Weavile a minor stomachache. There we go. There you go, Weavile. Okay. So with that in mind, in order to kill the Obstagoon, we have to have Weavile take the HP ice from Ursaluna, which we're doing anyway. We don't want Weavile to eat an Earth Power. Then we have to bring it in on a knockoff. That, again, should not be hard to do. All I have to do is bring in, like, Annihilate on this thing. Really, any ghost type should do it. And then, even if both those low roll, Weavile will show Obstagoon that it is dead to a Sucker Punch. I can Leer it to make sure Sucker Punch fails, and also just give me a better range on it. And then I can just kill it with Brick Break. And if it bad odds out, then that's unfortunate. I'm doing my best here. So that's my current plan for the Obstagoon. Obviously, we can sharpen up the plan as we go. Back to the line. Weavile kills Ursaluna, baits in probably Iron Valiant. It wouldn't be this guy because I don't die in one hit, and I kill it with Ice Punch. It would be Slacking if Slacking was faster than me. It's just Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant gets a boost, goes for Spirit Break specifically, because it doesn't want to take the defense drop. How much does Gliscor take from a Spirit Break? Takes solid damage. Yeah, let's make sure to teach you Acrobatics. Because I do think Gliscor is going to be my answer to this thing. Acrobatics is a level up move. What am I dropping? Probably knockoff. I don't see Gliscor clicking this. Random question. Does Gliscor die to Facade? No. I guess in a pinch I can have Gliscor U-turn this. But I still die to crit, so that's not great. Gliscor should handle the Valiant decently with Acrobatics. I'm going to switch into a Spirit Break. If it crits me, I trigger my Citrus Berry. Either way, I should be in decent health. It'll want to knock off if it doesn't see a kill. I can roost that turn. And then once my berry is gone, Acrobatics does a shit ton. So, with a little help, with a little work, Gliscor can beat this. Actually, I could also bulldoze it, lower its speed, and then just fast kill it with Acrobatics. That's an option. Either way, Gliscor seems like a pretty solid answer to this as long as it's healthy. I think then Gliscor baits Obstagoon. If I don't have an item, it should click Facade. I guess that's more reason for me to try and keep Gliscor healthy. Is because of this thing. Second. Now, what do I want to come in as the Obstagoon swings? If I'm painting Facade, I'd like it to be a Ghost type. I think Annihilate is going to be a little more helpful against this guy. But Chandelure is probably going to be my answer to help stall out the stupid Slacking. Oh, sorry. Chandelure versus a knockoff disappears. It should just click knockoff. I mean, yeah, Chandelure was probably coming along anyway. I'll give Chandelure a bold nature. Because it needs to sit on the Slacking. Going back to the Slacking. I've got my Ghost type. I've got 2 Pokemon that can block Earthquake. One of them with Intimidate. Oh, hold on. Make sure that's correct. Weavile's going itemless. Yeah, that's my team right now. Gyarados is nowhere to be seen yet. The Cyclizar shouldn't be terribly difficult to beat as long as I keep Scizor relatively healthy. And even then, it's not like it's a giant threat. I have 2 slots to deal with these guys. I mean, realistically, I don't need that much help with the Slacking. I've already got a Ghost type that resists Play Rough and a Flying type to block the Earthquake. The Ghost has leftovers. Shouldn't take a knockoff at any point. How much help do I really need with the Slacking? Maybe I bring Mawile. If I get an Intimidate off and eat a knockoff for my trouble, I can bait close combat. Which is not meaningless. I think I like Mawile as a defensive backup to the Obstagoon. Yeah. And then Mawile also gets fighting coverage. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's not nothing. Yeah. I just passed it. I like Mawile as a backup to the Obstagoon. That could also check the Cyclizar. Okay. Bring in Weavile with Gliscor and kill with Ice Punch. Beat Iron Valiant at high HP with Gliscor. Switch to Chandelure to block Facade. Switch to Weavile on knockoff. Then kill. Then Leer if in Sucker Punch range. Otherwise, kill with Brick Break. That would bait the stupid Cyclozar. But that's not a big deal if my last Pokemon is Gyarados. And Gyarados, I think, hits a pretty nice bridge as far as my support mons are concerned. It has Intimidate, it's immune to Earthquake, it's got great special defense. I can even give it a Chillon Berry if I really need a different answer to the Ursaluna. Or I could go itemless to resist knockoff a little better. Nah, I think Chillon Berry is actually more useful here. Because it means Gyarados could actually come in on a Facade if it really needs to. Yeah, I like Gyarados here. Big fan of Gyarados. Yeah, look at that. That would bait knockoff. And if things come out of order, then that would be the pivot I need. Actually, after I eat my Chillon Berry on the Facade turn, that's more like what I'm looking at, I guess. So I'd still bait Facade, but I'd also have that as at -1. I think Gyarados is the answer. Impish, Bolds, Adamants, Impish. Impish? Or do I go Careful? Impish Scizor is probably better at taking the hits I need. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lock this in. So, Scizor, Gliscor, Weavile, Chandelure, Mawile, Gyarados. Okay, let's go do it. Actually, let's go mock up the Mega Scizor. Does that match up? I swear I taught you Rock Smash. I did. Why is it showing as Pounce? That's why. It has not actually imported my save. I have to do that manually the first time. Now it should be good. So now we go Scizor, Gliscor. Well, I have to save first. Mega Scizor, boom. Gliscor, Weavile, Chandelure, Mawile, and Gyarados, and Mega Scizor. Alright, I think that's the squad. If I die, I die, but I think this is solid. Mawile, you have Intimidate, yes? Yes, okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. Norman leads Obstagoon. This is not an Obstagoon. This is a Zoroark. We're just going to Bullet Punch because in this game, Illusion gives you a 30% damage boost while it's active. You want to see a low roll on this Bitter Malice. That's crazy. Oh boy. Hang on. I have to roost. I have to roost. I'm not dead to crit. I have to roost. Okay. That's pretty good. I could go for it again. I'd risk another freeze. I'd rather not if I don't have to. I think I'm going to take the kill. Alright. This should not be Obstacoon. I have Rock Smash. I showed a cold one-hit KO. Iron Valiant doesn't kill me either. I'm pretty sure this is just Ursaluna. Perfect. Okay. I am not in kill range of anything, but Earth Power cleanly outdamages Blood Moon, so it should be clicking Earth Power. I'm going to U-turn. Alright, that looks like a pretty low roll, but that's fine. We go Gliscor. This should be Earth Power. Good. Gliscor is dead to Blood Moon and HP Ice, but only HP Ice is a guaranteed kill. We're going to U-turn. That looked like a slightly better roll. We go back to Scizor to eat the HP Ice. I hope it's HP Ice. It better be HP Ice. Good. Scizor is bulky enough that doesn't do much damage. That was a pretty mediocre roll. I could roost, but I die to Earth Power crit. I don't die, but I'd rather not play games with that. Let's just U-turn. Let's just U-turn. Ooh. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. I mean, unless I crit with Gliscor, I shouldn't kill it with my next U-turn. I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm going to stick to the plan. It should still only be Earth Power. Ursaluna cannot bad odds out. Because it is low HP, we're going to U-turn again. Alright. This should be HP Ice, we go Weavile. If I saw the words Blood Moon pop up on that screen, I might have blown out your eardrums. Let's see. That looks like pretty high roll, which is fine by me. Ice Shard or Punch? Let's Punch. Okay. Demon down. This should be Iron Valiant for fast kill with Spirit Break. Now, theoretically, I could go Scizor, because I didn't take a lot of damage, to eat the Spirit Break and prompt close combat. Do I like that? I don't think Scizor is doing a lot of fighting after this. This isn't close combat. This is never close combat, because Weavile's dead to Spirit Break. And the AI doesn't want to take the drop. I think Mega Scizor is a pretty safe switch. And Gliscor would rather take a close combat than a Spirit Break anyway. I think Gliscor's health is more important than Scizor's here. Okay. As expected. Ideally, I'm dead to close combat. I am very much dead to close combat. Good. We go Gliscor. Should take this pretty well. Yeah. Because I'm not dead to anything, I'm pretty confident this is knockoff. I'm actually going to bulldoze, I think. I guess that's an option, yeah. Okay. That's probably good for us, honestly. That's probably good for us. Actually, nailing that bulldoze might be really good for us. Because now Gliscor can chip this down with U-turn. And this should only ever be return or power-up punch. Yeah, I think this is perfect. Let's go for it. Mega Slacking. This guy is a monster, but he is also at -1 speed. Minimal damage, that's fine. We don't need that much damage. Power-up punch, that makes sense. This is Earthquake. We go back to Gliscor. One Earthquake used up. I guess I'll note that down. Back to Chandelure, and then we're just gonna run this for a bit. Slacking can no longer bat odds out. Like it would. No, there's not really an advantage to be gained from... Yeah, no. I just keep this up. That's 7 Earthquakes left. Yeah, this will be dead before it runs out of PP. Six. I... Or... Okay. Alright. Now, what kind of position do we want to be in after this turn? Gliscor can U-turn out to anything. If I want Iron Valiant, I should bring in Weavile. What position can I set up for myself? If I go Scizor, I'd bait Obstagoon. What would Mega Scizor bait from Obstagoon? Come on, give me the Obstagoon. It would bait... Not close combat. It would bait knockoff. Which would be good for the Weavile angle. But that could also lead to bad odds for Iron Valiants. And then I wouldn't be able to repeat the Weavile play. I mean, I guess if I have bad odds, I can just bring in Mawile and run up, Intimidate, Pivot. Then bring in Mawile, and then bring in Weavile. Yeah, I think I want to deal with the Iron Valiant first. Going to Weavile should give me the Valiance. And the nice part about the Valiance here is that it's used up its booster energy. So I'm still dead to both Spirit Break and Close Combat. But now we can go back to Mega Scizor again, run the pivot through Gliscor, and suddenly we're looking peachy. I am still dead to Close Combat, which is good. It means it will still click it. That's crazy. How much does a crit do? 65? That was a decent crit roll. I'm not dead to Spirit Break crit. It's probably clicking knockoff. Put it bad odds to Obstagoon here. Absolutely. I'm gonna bulldoze. Oh my gosh, please. Cyclist. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Hold on, we might have a problem here. I mean... This is probably going to Shed Tail. Let me see something. Okay, it doesn't look like the speed drop carries over. If I U-turn this and bring in, like, Mawile... Oh, I should have given Weavile Infiltrator! Oh, that would have been so cracked here. That would have been so good. Oh, no. Why didn't I think about that? If I'd given this Infiltrator, I could just kill this through the sub, right? Damn. I think I'd rather get this guy's HP low. U-turn doesn't set up the position I want here. Oh my gosh! Why score, you beast? Oh my god, that was the clutchest crit ever! That's insane! Okay, this is Aqua Tail. I can go Gyarados pretty safely here. This can't... I guess... No, this can badass. This has Regenerator. How much does Mega Scizor take from... Wait a minute. It does 46. Wait, Scizor can just come in and roost on this. I'm not dead to crit, and I'm faster than it right now. Yeah. I am faster. We roost. I think that crit single-handedly won us the battle. Steering around an Obstagoon with a sub would have been miserable. Nah, Chief, run that back. Max roll crit, by the way. There we go. Okay. The best way to keep the Obstagoon in check here is to make it come out last. We U-turn. Go back to Weavile. Weavile baits Iron Valiant one more time. We run the Scizor Pivot Train one more time. I gotta make sure this reflects correctly. There we go. This can't bad odds because I kill it in one hit with Rock Smash, the Obstagoon. You go Gliscor. Bulldoze. Interesting, it didn't knock off. Max roll crit is 82. I could Roost right now, but I'd rather not get crit, Roost next turn, and have the Obstagoon come in for free. I'm going to keep the pressure on. There we go. There we go. Now we can Roost. Actually, we have a Citrus Berry. I can Turtle one more turn. What happens if I take this kill? Obstagoon comes in and should only see kill with Facade. Actually, no, I won't see kill. I think it's my best interest to let Gallade. I mean, this is basically Glade. I think it's my best interest to let this knock me a little lower. I think that's perfect. Let's see, I heal off 21. I'll be at 123. Knockoff won't kill me. Actually, knockoff doesn't even come close. I don't have an item anymore. Why does knockoff still show us full damage? That's so weird. Anyways, we bulldoze. Down goes Valiant. We heal to 123. This should be Facade. Facade is the only move that kills me from this range. I have no item. This is not knockoff. We go Chandelure. Good. Take 6% Frostbite chip. This is knockoff. We go Weavile. Eight. 82. Yeah, that is a range on Weavile there. Hang on, let me see something. Why does knockoff show up as doing as much there as it does on the... I wonder what's up with that. So what went wrong here? I was supposed to be in Sucker Punch range here. What went wrong? I pre-damaged Weavile by 1. And I accounted for low roll. So we've been 22. Minus knockoff low roll. I took... Right. I guess that would have been without an item, but why isn't it showing that damage? Is it not dynamic anymore? On the calc? Because usually it does that. Usually it'll... Hang on, it should still respond to a Cobra Berry, right? Well, no, it wouldn't care about that. Hang on. Let me see a few things. Maybe there's a bug on the calc right now. Hang on, I'm going to refresh. So I want to make sure I understand what... So, Obstagoon is the last Pokemon. I executed things decently up until Gliscor crit the Cyclizar and got us out of a Shedtail situation. The problem is how the calc shows knockoff. Or more precisely, how it doesn't. So I don't think the calc is showing knockoff's variable damage based on your item anymore. Because with an item, you'll see it says 55. This is the amount I took. I took 82 from the last knockoff. Weavile was not holding an item. But 82 is the range when I have an item. Yeah. So my plan was have Weavile take Ursaluna's Hidden Power Ice, kill that, take this knockoff, and be in Sucker Punch range. So that I could Leer, block the Sucker Punch, and then kill with... I didn't even teach it. I didn't even teach it. I didn't even teach Brick Break. I didn't even teach it. Okay, hold on. I didn't even teach it, bro. So it's been 2 turns. It's taken 1 tick of Life Orb. So that's 22%. So it's at 78%. I mean... No, I didn't take 82. I took 61. So I would be dead to another crit. Alright, now I think we are kind of steering. Because... Wait. If I don't have a kill on it... No, I do. I do. It's a last chance situation. Actually, wait, this is fine. Because if it's last chance, it's not going to close combat me. This is either Facade or Sucker Punch. I think Mawile is fine. Am I dead to crit? That is insane. I am dead to a high roll crit. How about Scizor? How does Mega Scizor do? It's a crit. Look at that! Also dead. Jeez. This thing hits so hard. Gyarados. Dude, I have a Chillon Berry! Go away! I mean, if this is Sucker Punch, Gyarados gets away with murder. I can bulldoze it. I'm going Gyarados. Gyarados is the only Pokemon here guaranteed to survive a hit. Okay. I made the right call. $74. Hang on, I'm just gonna do this. I want it to reflect correctly once Gyarados leaves field. So this took another 16%. Chandelure on what should be another Facade. Yeah, I don't have an item. That's crazy. I'm still dead to Facade. This is still a guaranteed kill. Well then, yeah, we go Chandelure. Okay. And Chandelure is still dead to knockoff. Intimidate into the dirt and hope you don't get crit. Yeah, that's kind of looking like the move. So this is knockoff. Mawile takes a crit. Ow. Mawile should also bait close combat, though. I think. Yeesh. 31. Nope. Item. And if it's similar hits to kill, I'm at 115. Facade needs 3 hits to kill outright. Close combat needs 3 hits to kill outright. This is Facade, then. I mean, either way, it's a Chandelure switch. Interesting. This is another knockoff. Mawile no longer has an item. So a crit knockoff now should do less than that. Just now? Bruh. 17 damage. Good job, Obstagoon. Bro, he's gonna crit me on the last turn. Oh, you told him what I was going through? Alright, appreciate that. Sucker Punch won't kill from here. This should still be the same deal. This has been such a scuffed fight. From the Bulldoze crit incident to this garbage. Because I forgot to teach Weavile Brick Break. And he's dead. That was the worst Deathless Norman ever. Yeah, now it's showing correctly. Yeah, that's true. So that was a max roll knockoff I took. 2 optimizations would have made this battle free. Well, freer. Giving Weavile Brick Break and giving it Infiltrator. Because if I'd given it Infiltrator, Weavile would have been able to Brick Break this thing through the substitute. And I just did not remotely consider that option. Luckily, Gliscor crit the stupid Cyclozar out of Shell-Tail range like a boss. So yeah, that was a pretty fraudulent fight. But in my defense, the knockoff damage was bugged and my line wasn't working anyway. Well, that's the thing. Weavile wasn't on the field at the time. If Weavile had Infiltrator, I would have just hard switched. Actually, no, it would have definitely still been a pivot line, but Weavile. The point is, Weavile was not on the field at the time that was choosing its move. So it would have. It was going for Shedtail every time. That was so painful. But we are through. No, Weavile gets it. Somehow, some way, we are okay. And now we've got sand to deal with. Norman, thank you for not sending me home. To the Shedtail Infiltrator question, I have no earthly idea. I guess I should give Weavile Infiltrator anyway. Because I don't want pressure messing up a PP stall down the line. Passes through those barriers. And let me make sure I'm actually right that Infiltrator hits through sub. Like, I know it does, but I'm going to confirm it anyway. I think. Bypass the effects of target substitutes. Yep. Yep. Okay. With that absolute gamer situation out of the way, let's do some sand battles, huh? Any fun stuff that opens up after that? Well, let's see. I have Chandelure. Mawile shouldn't be that scary. Because I can just Will-O-Wisp it on the Sucker Punch and then kill it with Flamethrower. Let's make sure sand is up first things first. Gliscor. Alright, good night. Hopefully I'm not at the truck tomorrow. Okay, Gastrodon. I have to one-hit KO a Gastrodon. Should not be terribly hard. I guess I'd want Lilligant to do it, huh? Because it can actually switch in. Scizor is definitely coming along. I need to kill the stupid Bozo here. Gliscor should not have a lot of trouble with that. The Mawile is answered cleanly by Chandelure. In a worst case situation, Delphox can do something similar. Yeah, that should be fine. And then I suppose I'll bring the pod. Glassware, did you get anything fun at level 64? Crabhammer, that is pretty funny. You learn dual wing beat? I think you do. You do. Oh, it is an upgrade to acrobatics. At least while I'm holding an item. Scissor's job here is to U-turn the stupid deer. Delphox is here to help me beat the Mawile, as is Chandelure. Yeah, that should be fine. Talon, yes. Any reason to poison Delphox here? Not really. I guess save the game so the stats reflect correctly. Fix the level cap. Lilligant, Scizor, Gliscor, Chandelure, Delphox, Golisopod, Mega Scizor. What's Lilligant doing? I guess I should fix items. Old Faithful. Pulverberry, Delphox is probably fine. I want Citrus Berry, Golisopod. There's no way emergency exit gets triggered by weather, right? If I find out, it's a decent lesson, I guess. Oh shit, that's right. I gotta make sure this actually pulls up correctly. Because I refreshed the page. And I have to re-import Mega Scizor. Lilligant, Scizor, Gliscor, Chandelure, Delphox, Golisopod, and Mega Scizor. Now we should be good. Okay. Sand goes off. Cool, it stayed in. Sorry, Gastrodon. Hate to do it to you, buddy. I think this is weird here. 80. Eh. Hang on, let me make sure I understand that. That's crazy that Bolt Beak out damages Dragon Claw there. I mean, either way, this switches Gliscor. Nice. And we can just bulldoze this guy down. Well. He is still faster than me. I could just stall him out with Roost. Do I U-turn this? I can U-turn this, bring in Scizor. I don't hate that. Although... No, I think I'd rather catch the next Pokemon with U-turn. So what comes in here? I feel like it's Mawile. I don't know if this is a good idea, actually. Oh, good. Very glad it's Weird Ear here. Let's U-turn. Whoop! Mega Scizor is faster than this. -1 U-turn. Does that much? Do I punch? Let's punch. Don't crit? Probably good. Yeah, that's a pretty clean kill. Okay. Kill this with the stupid thing. Then, yeah, we U-turn this. Get the kill. Alright, because Mawile's the last Pokemon, we can pretty safely just bring in Fox and Will-O-Wisp it. I mean, do I die to a Sucker Punch crit? That does a horrifying amount of damage considering I have a Colbur Berry. Regardless, this thing passes the way to overheat. It... Okay, easy enough. Onto the Aerodactyl. Alright, how do I kill the stupid Dugtrio? Inteleon would eat a Sucker Punch. Come on, show me the Inteleon. Hold on, I think the calc bugged. Oh, there it goes. Sucker Punch does solid damage. This could also just bad odds out to Dracovish. Actually, what's my Dracovish answer? Oh, I have Walrein. Yeah, Walrein packs this guy up. Give it the goggles. Hang on, let's get to the nurse. Let's see. Lilligant's staying home. Scissor's definitely coming along. Walrein. I'm probably leaving Glightspot home. Definitely leaving Delphox home. Delphox has no business coming to this battle. Chandelure staying home. Did I bring Golem? How does Golem do against the Shell Smash here? Rock Slide into a regular Shell Smash. That's the Meteor. Rock Slide Sucker Punch is a safe kill on this. Yeah, we'll bring Golem. Let's see. So Golem handles that. The stupid Dugtrio. You're telling me low kick kills the Dugtrio, which probably weighs like 20 pounds. You know what? I'm curious. I'm gonna check on this. How much does Dugtrio weigh? A Alolan Dugtrio. Oh, that's actually a little heavier than I thought it was. Hey, come on now. That's so crazy that it kills this. I know this thing's bulk is pathetic, but come on. It kills this, but doesn't kill the stupid Obstagoon, which has a 4 times weakness. Can Weavile prevent Dracovish? 186. No. It cannot. Unless, I don't know, Knockoff obliterates it. Does decent damage, but not a ton. Let me think. How do I prevent the Dugtrio from coming in? Golisopod, do you have Aqua Jet yet? If you do, does it even kill? You do. And it does. Dracovish doesn't think it wins the matchup. Aerodactyl dies in 1 hit. You die in 1 hit. I guess let's see if you have Aqua Jet. I don't think you do yet. If I remember right, that's an egg move. Yeah. Okay. What are my other options? Electivire Mach Punch, maybe? Electivire does get Plasma Fist now, actually. Hold on. Plasma Fist does pretty silly damage to the Dracovish. Dracovish shouldn't see that it wins the matchup either, because I'll be at full health. Alright. So let's lead Electivire. Golisopod, you're staying home. I guess I'll bring Gliscor. He's a good boy. Let's figure out the rest. Give Electivire its funny move. that does the funny thing. Mach Punch kills the Doug Trio. That should bait Dracovish. Aerodactyl doesn't kill me with Earthquake. Yeah, that baits Dracovish. I can go Wall Rain. I think I go Safety Goggles. Where are my goggles? Letter S. They are. Wall Rain kills this. Baits Aerodactyl. Can go Scizor on that. Although it would probably just click Stone Edge. Do I have a Pokemon that can handle its moves for a bit? Gliscor can probably just U-turn on it. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of damage. If I wasn't a pinch, Golem can answer the Aerodactyl, right? Surely? Please? If I get it in on dual Wing Beat, give it a Sugar Berry, and go Adamant, it does check the Aerodactyl. And then Scizor can check the guy if it needs to. Does it matter? How much damage does Mega Scizor do to the Meteor form? Hold on. No. Meteor takes 88 from... It's never a kill. I stay Impish. I guess the last question then is, what is a Pokemon that helps bridge everything together nicely? There it is, I guess. Eh. Why am I looking so hard at Golurk right now? Bring Golurk. Oh yeah, Sugar Berry on Golem. Right. I think this is going to be the last battle tonight. I'll do sand doubles tomorrow, because that takes a little longer to plan. Shouldn't be too bad. Electivire, Walrein, Golem, Scizor, Gliscor, Golurk, Mega Scizor. Okay. This is probably going to Sucker Punch me. Mach Punch puts him on a shirt. This guy is paper. This should be Dracovish. Walrein to eat the Fishious Rend. Yeah, nice damage, buddy. We have safety goggles on. So we are just going to Icy Wind this guy. Now it can no longer run away. I could slow Flip Turn into Electivire and just kill this with Plasma Fist. I like that. Earthquake is easier to deal with than Stone Edge. This should be Aerodactyl. Electivire destroys the stupid guy. And now I am exactly dead to Earthquake, which is perfect. Definitely planned, definitely not just circumstantial. Earthquake. This is absolutely mashing the Hole and Claws button right now. We're just going to U-turn. And even after a Hole and Claws boost, Mega Scizor is just tanky enough to where it should always win the matchup. Punchies. Missed the Stone Edge? Oh wait, it used that thing. And Dual Wing Beat does more damage anyway. Goes with Bullet Punch. Hang on. Last guy is the Minior. It cannot kill me with a crit, so we just bullet punch it twice for the win. Wait. Oh, it transforms after this. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. I was gonna say, because after a transformation, it would kill me with a crit. I should have thought a little harder about that. It's fine. Go ahead, Shell Smash, get your transformation off, become a terrifying sweeper. So now this guy has pretty insane setup. But we have Bullet Punch. Okay. Sand doubles will be tomorrow. So until then, thanks for coming to the stream. Hope you enjoyed Norman, because that was definitely a circus. And we'll see you tomorrow.